if I'm understanding the question, I think it's probably in reaction to our response to what certainly feels to be a prevailing or a moving narrative in our culture. To diminish, to dismiss, sometimes to even kind of, I think, unkindly caricature Christianity as actually more of a problem than anything else. Where is this coming from in particular? I'm not sure I could just necessarily point to one thing. I think part of it, or I think definitely there's a spiritual issue going on in that we have a real spiritual enemy who wants to destroy the church. That's been his agenda since the start. And so I think there are some spiritual realities taking place. Why in the culture in particular? I think it's because of, I think in large part, it's because of the predominant role or the dominant or majority role that Christianity had in shaping Western, beginning European, but then colonial and Western culture from the beginning. And so as we look back and we see the injustices of the past, as we see the problems we have before us, the sociological problems, if we look back and we kind of look to history as being the source that we can identify where many problems come from, it's easy to point to Christianity, I suppose, because Christianity had such a large sway and a large influence on Western culture. I think that's part of it, generally speaking. I can't speak specifically to many of what seem to be the movements in particular to undermine Christianity. I think there's one other factor, though, that is definitely at play, and that surrounds really the attempt or the desire to reconstruct society based on an alternative moral ethic, particularly a sexual ethic, that the Judeo-Christian view of family and sexuality is in direct contradiction and direct opposition to, that it has to be done away with in order to make a way for, I guess, a renewed view of society and what human society looks like. So that basic family structure of as the basic foundational social unit, which I don't think is just unique to Christianity. I think that's something that God hard-baked into creation, but of course it's central to, or it's core to, what Christian community looks like based on Christian moral ethics. I think that's another part of it. It has to get out of the way, or it has to be taken out of the way. Those would be probably my two, what I have observed to be two of the main, what I think, underlying reasons of why, in particular, Christianity is being targeted. And I think it is being targeted.